I haven't practiced it as much as I should have. And I don't know every trick I should use. I'm going to be guessing some things. I don't see any problem getting through the game up until the final boss. That's where I need to work on my strategy. How long has Phil been playing? 5?
Since 4:30.
So about 8 hours now. Almost 8 hours.
Just about.
Okay, so we're looking at a 10-hour game here, roughly. No, Final Fantasy 3 is next, and then I think it's 7. Just gonna get the book here, and I think I just stepped in some of that coffee. Yep. They didn't clean up all that coffee they spilled. And now I have a sock with a stain in it. That's awesome. There we go. Final Fantasy 3, then Final Fantasy 7, then 9, 10, 4, 8, and 12. No, I don't think I'll be using Geomancers. I'm relying on a Thief for some parts and White Mage slash Devout for healing, of course. Then a Scholar for item usage, and then I need a damage dealer, so it's Monk or Red Mage or something like that. Okay, who's gonna play Final Fantasy 7? I haven't met him. His name's Dustin, I think. Dustin. He's Tyler's cousin. If you saw Tyler in here earlier, his cousin will be the one playing Final Fantasy 7. Yes, tips@kotaku.com. Email that and about our Final Fantasy marathon here, and hopefully we'll get some views of it. We're nearly 1,600 viewers at the moment. We broke 2,400 yesterday. Nearly got 25, I think. So I think we can make there 1,600. We should keep climbing, especially being on something like joystick. Someone said GameSpot. Oh, really? You have a friend who works at GameSpot? Please tell him about us. Thank you very much for offering. Let's see here. What day shall Final Fantasy 9 be playing? Let's check the order again. Final Fantasy 9 is right after Final Fantasy 7, so 2 days, Tuesday, someday Tuesday, we think. When Final Fantasy 7 is whenever I finish, so it's going to be probably nearing midday tomorrow. As I just showed, I've got this contraption with a clamps above it connecting to a DS that lead to popsicle sticks and a camera, a webcam, and that's what I'll be using to capture the DS screens as I play it. How long is Final Fantasy 7? 20 hours? I don't know what the estimate is at the moment. I can't say no to 20 hours. That may be what it ends up doing. 15 is... I think he seemed pretty confident. I don't know. I don't know, though, exactly what he's going for. As for official... I would love the official DS way to capture, but there's some requirements for things like a real video game development company with a business address and 10,000 spare dollars to get a development console. Yeah, I don't think we're going to be able to do that. If Nintendo ever offers to give us one, though, we will not object. Am I going to be on TSG Replay? I don't know. I guess I haven't been yet. Probably will be at some point. Tell them it's for tell Nintendo it's for charity. Well, we've tried contacting them before. They aren't very quick to reply. They're just, I guess, don't want to say the wrong thing and so their general policy is to not reply to certain requests or emails or whatever. You sent a tip to Joystick. We're already, or are you saying you had sent a tip to Joystick? Well, we got on it, so very happy that we did. How many dungeons left? 2, 3?
Not too many.
There's your answer. Not too many dungeons left. How long did it take total to beat Final Fantasy II? 22 hours. And Local was in this room for nearly that entire time. Phil took over for part of the grinding and was helping him along the way to get it finished. Yes, it is hilarious how apparently 30 tips sent to Joystick in a 10-minute period. And that got their attention. Yeah, major respect to Local, very much so. He finally had some sleep. I don't think he had a full night, but still, he got something. He's alive and able to lift his head too. We had pizza the other night. I didn't get to have much of it. Send email to tips@kotaku.com telling them about this marathon. They have mentioned us in passing before, and Gokster, I guess, donated ad space a while ago to us. But we'd love to have our own real article. How's life in America? It honestly doesn't seem very much different from home besides the heat. And the heat is what I don't like. Well, 4 will be played with the original North American NES game titled Final Fantasy II. That's how Final Fantasy 4 will be played. Yes, Phil is wearing a bowler hat. Or should I say, the bowler hat. Woot! How could you only like Canada somewhat? The Netherlands. Well, hi there, Scald Goddess. I've listened to Radio Netherlands programs on my national radio station before. I've found them quite interesting before. Let's see here. Oh, and you're mentioning Nova Scotia. Our first game, the first Final Fantasy game, which was played right at the start of the marathon, was played by Kilgard, who is actually in Nova Scotia. He's at work right now. He works as chef at a sort of tourist restaurant.
Oh, I really want to show Local how fast they run away.
Yeah. Final Fantasy Tactics will not be played. We're not sure if we'll quite be able to get all of the numbered ones